two, one, and action. What is up, Travels with Buddy Nation on the Travels with Buddy station? Today is Saturday, August the 9th, and it is a beautiful day today. Hopefully we'll go for a walk today. It's going to be about 80 degrees today. I hope everybody enjoyed my vintage Maine video that I uploaded a few days ago. That was when me and Bud went up to Maine. That was in 2019. And that year I went up to Maine 2 times. The first time was in July. It was after the 4th. And then I went again. It was at night when I went. By the time I got there, it was pretty late. It was dark out. I remember I walked around Old Orchard. And then I went back again in August of 2019. And that's when I took most of the video of Camp Ellis in Old Orchard Beach. And I spliced there were a bunch of short videos, and I put them all and I spliced them together, and I put them all in one video. And Buddy was much younger back then. So I thought it was 5 years ago. It was actually 6 years ago, huh, Bud? But Bud's not too crazy about the ocean, but he liked it. He didn't mind, going in the water and walking on the beach. But Bud he's one of those dogs that would rather be walking like in a trail or something like that. It's kind of his thing, and greeting other dogs. But it was fun going to the beach. And then the last video that we did when we went to Maine a couple of weeks ago, we did some videos of Camp Ellis and Old Orchard Beach as well. And Bud had a good time. Huh, Bud? But today for a workout, we're going to be doing some, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to do some cable. I'm going to work on and basically do some back and chest. I'm going to start with some cable crossovers and for the chest and shoulders. Then I'm going to do some lat pull downs on the cable machine. And then I'm going to work with some power bands too, my Reebok power bands. I'm going to do I'll do some incline presses with the power bands. And then I'm also going to do my low row machine, but this time I'm going to do a low row. I'm going to do a cable row with one arm at a time on my low row machine. And then I'll finish it off with some hex presses for the upper chest and shoulders and triceps. And that'll be today's workout. It's a good routine, and we'll make sure you want to check it out and do the exercises in the order that I do them in, or similar exercises anyway, if you don't have the same equipment that I have. Right, Bud? So without further ado, I will demonstrate those exercises, but I just want to give Bud some camera time. And I took him for a walk yesterday, and he did quite a bit of walking. He's been doing a lot of walking this summer. I'm surprised. And I think that has to do with the fact that he walks more now than when he was younger. Because when he was younger, I fed him a lot of junk food. I fed him a lot of like kibble and canned food and stuff. And now, as he's older, I feed him. He's on a really good diet. I give him oatmeal, like Quaker oatmeal with a little bit of water and a hard-boiled egg. I cook a hard-boiled egg and I cut it in half. And I mix it in with his oatmeal, and I give him anywhere from 3 to 5 teaspoons of like hamburger or chicken or roast beef, good quality meat, whatever I'm usually eating, he'll have. And I've been doing that. So he's eating people food, but it's really bland because you don't want to give dogs too much spices and no garlic or anything like that. There's that oatmeal, hard-boiled egg mixed in with a couple teaspoons of like hamburger or chicken, really good chicken or good hamburger or roast beef or something like that. I'll mix it in with his oatmeal. And it's about a half a cup, like a half a cup of oatmeal, maybe a quarter to a half a cup. And that's what he eats. And I think that's why he's, even now he's going on 13 years old, and he's got a good amount of energy. When I take him for walks, he walks a good distance. And then and even when if I'm not taking him for a walk, I just walk him around the house or whatever to go to the bathroom. He's out 3 or 4 times a day, and but then after that he sleeps most of the time. But when he's walking, he walks for a pretty good distance. He does pretty good, right, Bud? And so without further ado, I'll demonstrate those exercises. I'll put Bud in the other room, and he can chill out while I do some exercise. I just want to make sure he gets some camera time, huh, Bud? And I will demonstrate those exercises. Okay, the first exercise I'm going to do is a cable crossover. This is good for the chest and the shoulders and the triceps. I'm going to try to get about I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 repetitions. This is my first set. I got about 50 pounds on the cables. Count along with me. Alright, woo. I got 25 reps with that set. Did a little bit more than I thought. It was a good warm up. And when I do the set again, I'll probably add a little bit more weight. It was really good. And next, I will do some lat pull downs on this very machine, so stay tuned. Alright, next I'm going to do a lat pull down. I'm going to do these kneeling. And I'll go, I don't know, I'll try to get at least 15 repetitions with this. I just only got about 60 pounds on the cables, between the two cables. Count along with me. Okay, I got 25 reps with that. I was like, I haven't done those in a while, and I got 30 pounds on each side, and I was like, yeah, I should at least get 15, but it felt really good. I started getting a burn in my biceps, my lats, and the back of my shoulders. I said, well, I'll keep going. I got 25 repetitions. I'm glad I did. All right, stay tuned for the next exercise. Okay, the next exercise I'm going to do is an incline press. And I'm going to use the Reebok power tubes or Reebok loop bands. That's what they're called, loop bands, to do this exercise. And again, I'm going to try to get at least 15 reps, but if I get more, I've been getting 25 on my last couple of sets. So if I get 25 reps, that's even better. So you're going to put the loop band under one of your foot, step out almost like you're doing a lunge, bring it up towards your chest, and just press out like you're doing an incline press, and come along with me. All right, I got 35 reps, and I got a nice burn. I didn't want to stop after 25. It felt really good. Felt that my upper chest, my triceps, and my front delts. Really good exercises. If you got a pair of loop bands, you got to give it a try. It's really good. Whew. All right, my next exercise, I might want to turn the camera a little bit. All right, that should work. All right, my next exercise, I'm going to do a seated cable row, but I'm going to use one arm at a time. Oh, and I hope that camera's low enough where you can see me do the exercise. And we start with my left hand, and I'll go for anywhere from 15 actually. I don't know if that camera will can see me from where it's at. Let me just turn it a little bit more. There we go. All right, and I'll go for about 15 to 20 reps or so. We'll do this exercise one arm at a time. I've demonstrated this exercise before with two arms, but today I do it one arm at a time. There's a slightly different feel to it when you do it with one arm at a time. Come along with me. All right, I got 15 reps. Next, I'm going to use my left arm. See if I can get 15 reps with my left arm. Come along with me. Right, I got 15 with my left arm. Really good exercise, and like I said, it feels slightly different doing this exercise with one arm as opposed to, because usually when I do this exercise, I do the pull with the straight bar, and I do two arms with both arms at once, but it feels slightly different with just one arm. I think I get a deeper stretch in the side of my lat when I do it with one arm. All right, so stay tuned. We got one more exercise. Okay, my final exercise is going to be a hex press, and this exercise is also for the chest, front shoulders, and triceps. It's similar to doing the incline press, but you want to grab it at a narrow angle, and you want to push outward and upward, not just straight upward, but also outward as well. And I'll go for about 15 to 20, 25 reps. Count along with me. Alright, I got 25 reps. At first I felt like I should have used a heavier band, but those last few reps I got a really good burn. And the key is to really you want to push outward, not just straight upward. And that's when you really feel it in the front part of your shoulders as well. It's a really good exercise. You got to give it a try. And remember, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe to Travels with Buddy. Remember to keep training, keep taking those walks, and have an awesome day.